So let's get into a couple of RPs that we have today. We have some couple of guests that I'd love to bring on as we do each week. So the first person that we're going to bring on is Josh, right? Is that right, Alejandro?
Yep, Josh Crisp.
So the name Josh, what a cool name. Josh and Josh talking to each other. Josh Crisp is from the Wi-Fi Money team. For many of you that are on the call today, from Alex Moeller and Chris Frederick and Chris Casey, these guys have done, I don't know, I think it's like 600 or 700 million already as the Wi-Fi Money family. And Josh, how are you? Welcome to the Wednesday call.
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. It was pretty cool this was one of my first calls jumping on and seeing the stuff that you guys do over at BottomLine. I had no idea there was so much more than just the ERC side, which is awesome to see an awesome person like a CEO yourself leading from the front and just giving back. I mean, that means a lot to me. So that was really cool to experience that and see those videos.
You got to be remembered for something, and making money is not a good thing to be remembered for, but helping others and giving back to the community is definitely something that I would want to be remembered for. So Josh, I know you had a pretty decent month. I know you made about 12 grand this past month personally in commissions. Not a bad month. I mean, if you just keep up that pace, you make 150 grand in a year. Not bad for supplemental income for anybody in America. But I also know that you've done about 4 to 5 million in total confirmations for yourself already. But you know, there's 550 people on the call today, and especially some of the people are fairly new. They might be in their first month or two working with us. And I know you've been working with us for a while now, and I know you're part of the Wi-Fi Money team and that whole funnel that's going on. Could you just share with people like how you've been successful and what's been working for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it's crazy when you hear, you know, you made an extra $12,000 in a month just for helping somebody else out. That's also a really good feeling too. And then the fact that we have so much more in the pipeline, that $12,000 just seems so small to what it's going to be here in the next coming months. But I think what really opened my eyes was, quick background on me is I'm in the life insurance space, and I joined in this industry because I like to help people and I like to give back. And I really wanted to make a difference, you know, so I wanted to be involved in something that mattered versus something that people really didn't value as much. And when I joined Wi-Fi Money, the whole goal was they were building this awesome brand. They've already had this huge brand, and they were just trying to help other people as well, giving them more opportunity. And once you get to a certain point in your career, there's really just no ceiling. You have as much opportunity as you possibly want. So I dug in a little deeper to really understand how ERC works. So, you know, part of my background being in insurance, I own the agency, I have marketing experience. What I did is I was like, well, how can I reach out to as many businesses as possible, but still be able to run my full-time career, right? And the way I did that was simply by utilizing a landing page that you guys actually provide for all RPs, which is awesome. That you have a site that already has the credibility. It already shows who BottomLine is, how much you guys have been able to help other businesses, what businesses you've been able to help. There's just so much credibility behind that landing page. And I was like, well, what if I can try to get as many people to this landing page as possible by putting ads together, right? So I'm sure some of you guys on this call have been on Facebook, and you see the sponsors and people talking about helping businesses with the ERC, or maybe on Google. So I started originally doing it strictly only Facebook, but then as more and more people got involved, I wanted to kind of separate myself to find a little bit higher intent of an individual. So I moved completely over to Google Ads. And what I've done is I found a way to utilize the landing page where people are searching, you know, employee retention credit, bottom line, where they're keep putting in these keywords on how they can qualify for the money. We started putting ads on Google to push them to the landing page. And the best part about it was from there, Then we've hired a team of virtual assistants that actually call every single lead that comes in, and they book an appointment with BottomLine directly. So that way they can set up an introductory call to see if they qualify. And then from there, how much they actually qualify for. So I kind of wanted to be a really big piece in the BottomLine spectrum, the ERC, but I also have a full-time career that takes up a lot of my time. So I needed to find a way how I could do both and put myself in a position to still help other businesses, still keep running my business, keep moving forward. And this ended up being a great way to make it work, you know. And then obviously this is just my focus strictly on finding businesses that can qualify for the ERC. And we haven't even really touched the surface on the affiliate side, which is coming next. You know, I've had several calls recently with Chris Casey, which has been a huge help. But that kind of gives you an idea of like how I took an opportunity to not take away from what I'm already doing, but add to it, but give me time to continue to keep moving forward.
No, it's funny, Josh, because Chris Casey is actually up in our office today. So I wanted him to just kind of say hello, if you don't mind.
Josh, Chris, how are you?
What up, Chris? How you doing? I always love seeing your face.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, we've actually been talking about your team's production. You guys have done some pretty astronomical numbers, and it looks like you're starting to ramp up. So we're looking at some reports, want to make sure we're providing everything we can for you. And obviously, like Josh said, we're putting a lot of resources, you know, for people that are really intentional about, you know, focusing on ERC. You talked about having some flexibility, you know, with your career, allowing you to do that. And I think a lot of business owners and maybe even entrepreneurs like yourself are looking at this as like maybe a part-time project. Obviously there's a deadline here, but it also allows you to flex into something that you can help a lot of people, like you said, make a lot of money. And obviously you have a team, so you're kind of sharing that opportunity. And it's a wonderful thing that you guys are doing.
Yeah. And I appreciate you guys giving this opportunity, because when you do something alone, it's not as fun, right? But when you actually have an awesome team around you and the support system and everybody's encouraging each other to just win, it's a blessing that everybody really should have a piece of that pie. And that's what's awesome. Is like they always say it's really lonely at the top if you're by yourself, but if you're with a group of people you enjoy being around, you'll never work a day in your life because you enjoy what you're doing. So again, appreciate you, Chris, for everything that you've helped out with as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. And obviously here to be supportive. I want to share this one quick story just to elaborate on Josh Fox's character and how he is with his people in his circle, so to speak. We were having a conversation earlier with Alejandro, and he started name dropping a bunch of the corporate staff here at the headquarters here in Miami. And he said, I've known this person since I was 9. I've known this person since I was 11. I met this person when I was 18. And they're still together and still building business. And now, especially with this opportunity, it's helping so many families and a lot of people you're personally connected to. Josh, for you, you're the leader of your group, and you're doing that same thing, you know, for so many families.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, to bring people with you is always a good thing, right?
Yeah, no, it's great. All right, I'm gonna pop off and give Josh back the mic. Good to see you.
Appreciate it, bud.
Thanks for joining us, Josh. We'll let you get back to your day, but thanks for sharing a little bit about how you've been contributing and the great team that you've put together.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.